He's like flipping that thing up. Where'd the other one go?
Alright, good morning and welcome to the Wild. I want to thank you for joining us for Big Cat Week. We're very excited because this week we're featuring all of our big cats. We now have all 7 of the major big cats. We also have the largest cat collection in New York State. We also have the only white tiger. So I'm going to tell you all about these guys because that's who we're standing in front of. So we have our 2 Bengal tigers. They are Kiara, that's the little orange one right in front. She is the female. The big guy right down there is Odin. He is our male Bengal tiger. The person you see feeding him is Big Jeff. He's going to be feeding him a nice snack. I'll be telling you all about him and giving you lots of fun facts to learn all about him. If you do have questions though, please raise your hand. Don't direct questions at Big Jeff because he wants to be able to keep his fingers today. So while I'm talking, he's giving them that nice light snack. It's a combination of beef and chicken. We give the chicken on the bone because it's very good for their teeth, helps with the plaque, keeps all the dirty stuff out of their mouth.
Oh my God, look
It also is very good to keep their jaw healthy because these guys use their jaws for chewing and crunching through all those bones. The beef does not come on the bone, however, but we do a nice powder on it. It's called an all-carcass diet, which is basically what it sounds like. It is the entire animal ground up into a powder form. So that's going to be the intestines, the bone, all parts of the animal, the skin, everything in that powder because they need the entire animal. There's a lot of vitamins and nutrients inside the entire animal. So we do give them the whole animal without having to give them the whole animal because in the wild these guys would only eat about once a week. So when they eat it, they would gorge themselves on the entire animal and then they would be able to live off that for the entire week. Now because we are not feeding them an entire animal all at once, we break it down into 10 to 15 pounds each day so that they get food every single day and they would still get that whole animal just in smaller increments. Now again, it's beef and chicken, but we also do offer venison as well. Now venison is just deer for anyone who did not know. Now you guys may have noticed, Odin and Kiara are 2 different colors. Most people would assume that Odin is albino. He is actually not. He has blue eyes and blonde hair. He has the recessive gene for tigers. So anyone who has blonde hair, blue eyes, you have the recessive gene. For people, this is what it looks like in tigers. Theirs is just extremely light colored in comparison to what our blonde hair is. Kiara is still a Bengal tiger as well as Odin. Her stripes are also unique to her own. Each tiger has unique stripe patterns. So each tiger, if I lined up a line of Kiara's, each one would be different. They're darker shades, the stripe pattern's thicker, lighter in different parts. Odin himself does not have as many pronounced stripes. You'll see him on his hindquarters and his tail as well. They're like a light brown color, and then on the inside they're a little bit darker. But he is not the typical white tiger either. He's what we call a snowflake tabby. He's a triplet, so he does have 2 other siblings. One is white with those black stripes, and then one looks just like Kiara. So even though his parents carry that recessive gene, they very seldom get a snowflake like him. They mostly get the orange tabbies. You saw Odin playing with his nice barrel while we were over there. He enjoys to play with that. Now every morning we fill that nice silver barrel with about 300 to 400 gallons worth of water. Odin waits till we're just about done, and then he goes, "Watch this, friends." He grabs a hold of it, drags it, picks it up, throws it in the air, and he's covered in water. The water's gone, and then he decides to drag it around the whole enclosure all day. Kiara also likes to lay on it. Odin likes to dive in the pond with it. So he uses it like a floaty, jumps on it in the pond, and goes swimming. Because unlike your house cats, these guys enjoy water. So they spend a lot of time in the water swimming. Ours are a little funny though. They usually either really commit to it and dive out into the water, or you'll notice that they do back into the water because sometimes they don't like to get their face wet, so they do back into it and look quite funny as they're trying to put their butts in the water and keep the rest of them dry. You'll also notice Odin is much bigger. Big Jeff has so nicely shown you how big he is. He's about 7.5 feet tall when he's fully standing up. He weighs about 550 pounds. It is typical for white tigers to be a little bit bigger, and because he is a male, he gets to be extra large. Kiara is the typical size. She's about 275. She does put on a little weight in the winter, but it's swimsuit season, so she's a little lighter right now. These guys have been with us for for 5 years. We follow raise them, so we do interact with them through the fence. We can feed them through the fence, as you've seen with the Big Jeff. He does have all of his fingers still. But we are able to interact with them. And the behavior that you see of us putting him up on the fence is not a trick we're trying to teach him. It's a behavior so that we can check his paws. We can check his stomach to make sure he's not bloated, there's any cuts or anything, because it's not very easy to get up under a tiger and check them. So we teach them to get up on the fence so that we can check them in a safe way for both them and ourselves. These guys, because we follow raise them, they let us come close to them so we can inspect their teeth and things like that. So we also don't have to put them under anesthesia every time they get a small cut or something going on with them. So it is very good overall for their overall health, and we do enjoy being able to interact with them in that nice way. Does anybody have questions?
Down here.
They are both the same age. They were born a day apart at 2 separate zoos.
Good question, buddy.
I don't know. Don't make me come in there.
Oh!
Yeah, the tigers would eat the birds.
Oh, he's growling.
Any other great questions?
He didn't like
One of the questions we usually do get is, are we going to breed our tigers? And the answer is no. We did fix Odin. That was our conscious decision to do it because we did not want to breed any more tigers in captivity, because there's actually more tigers in captivity than there are in the wild. And we didn't want to just keep breeding them because we could. So we fixed Odin, so we're using these solely for education purposes. Because our goal is that if at least one person walks out of here today with a passion to save the animals, that's one more person than we had this morning. So it's very important that you guys all learn to love these animals. It's great to have them in captivity in zoos that can fully take care of them, but it is not okay to have these guys as pets, and it is definitely not okay to take them out of the wild. And we are solely getting ours from zoos that are already here and bred. So we want to make sure that the next generation is able to actually have these guys in the wild and both in captivity. I'm going to answer a few more questions. I want to thank you guys for coming and meeting our tigers. If you want to see Big Jeff and I for the rest of the day, we have shows every half an hour. They are posted through the park. Our next one will be at Mountain Lion, which is on the other side, right across from our leopard. Thank you, guys.
There's no.
What's the life expectancy with
About 15 years, I believe. But longer in captivity with all the animals.